total scores with 9.
Got to play both ends now. Hand along these on Francis, who's had a great start.
Back into the hands of Cryer. He was so reliable against Duke. Cryer lets it fly. Oh, it's good. A long time to average 40 points per game in the tournament. In this first half, they have combined to score 2. A minute 48 to go, first half.
And really not surprising, Berg, is when they know who the leader of the pack are, they just shut you down, Houston.
Uzan swing, Cryer. Pull up puck. Yes.
And Raph, that's where he's gotten better. Done well during this tournament. His adjustments at halftime. They've been a second half team, the Gators.
And one of them has to be Clayton off the ball. Give it up and come back and get it.
Cryer got it. Houston in front. They maintain possession. Uzan, the trigger man. Get it in. Cryer gets a clean look. And bottom. They didn't time out. Clayton on a kick. Aberdeen lets it fly. Mistimed the jump, but Sharp was there for Houston. Wilson gets into it quickly. Cryer lines it up. He hits a 3.
How did you get that out?
Cryer, head and shoulder fake, flips it up. No, the tip in goes. The smallest man. Last year in the Sweet 16 game when Shed went down with the ankle injury, that changed everything. Deep one, Sharp. No good. Rebounded by Roberts. Reload. Cryer. He's got it. A 3.
And Raph in a great tournament.
Kelvin Sampson had high praise for Tyrese Proctor. He kept going back to him when we were mentioning other players. That's how much respect he has for his game. Cryer on the perimeter. He gets the big. Now switch back. Step back. It goes. He bangs it in.
And that's the point.
His parents in attendance. Mom Kelly played basketball at Maine. Dad Ralph played at Eastern Maine Community College. His twin brother Ace will be playing at Maine. 31-19, Duke. Uzan trying to get involved here.
Alowatch with a great job. Even if that goes down,
he sticks the deep. Milos Uzan, the Las Vegas native. Good closeout. Now it's Cryer. His jump shot is pure.
3 possessions in foul.
Handed off. Cryer. His jump shot.
Wow, splash. Dribble handoff. How about that dive? The timing, impeccable. A big fellow with an assist, too.
They avoided the charge and found his teammate.
And that is 9 assists now for the Blue Devils. They lead by 8. Switch. Switch again. Cryer inside. Back outside. Cryer launches and hits.
And don't close that up.
And Sion James back in. He gets a round of applause from Duke Nation behind the bench.
And picking up full court. So
and here's a guy that played a lot of zone at Tulane, according to Kelvin.
This matches Duke's largest lead. Houston has gone cold. They've missed 7 of their last 8. Cryer puts it in to the drum.
And Raph, he can make some tough shots there. Cryer is tough.
Cryer gets it in for Sharp.
Right on the catch on these deep shooters. Got to get in the gap and find somebody.
Cryer off balance.
Pretty.
Puts it in.
And Raph, a lot of contact.
Yeah, they're having a lot of trouble, Tennessee, getting the ball into the lane, which is no surprise the way this Houston team plays defense.
Cryer, step back 3. It's good, and that's a great sign for Houston.
Closed off. There's one time.
Gainey, no. Phillips fighting for it, and Cryer ends up with the ball in his hands. Good balance so far for Houston. 6 field goals by 5 different players.
Kate Phillips can't stay in front of L.J. Cryer.
And he finishes with the left hand. Houston up 11.
3 blocks in this game, and they've allowed 3 field goals.
Cryer's 3, no. And somehow another offensive rebound for the Cougs. Cryer directing traffic. Cryer, yes.
He just said,
Lanier is 1 for 9. A finalist for the Jerry West Award, but has not played like that top player so far. Count it for Cryer.
I like the double of Roberts.
Sharp a 3. Halfway down and out. Oh, that was a foul. Looked like Roberts committed a foul. Going for the rebound to Baylor. Cryer, catch and shoot 3 is good. That one.
And they've been getting those kind of shots. And like we said, the ancillary guys like Heidi, they got to make them. He made that one.
The first points off the bench for the Boilermakers tonight. And here come the Purdue fans. Cryer finally.
We know, so Houston is going to get this ball, but I think clearly on that shot you see it off their knee.
We agree, Gene. Tough break for Purdue. It's Houston basketball. No field goals in the last 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Can Cryer change it? He can!
Actions in the SIUE game.
Sure did. Francis off the front of the rim. Roberts with the rebound. Cryer for 3. It's good. No good. They're off with their 3 so far. Gonzaga. They go right to it for Cryer. Makes another one back.
That is just not fair.
And then when they want to play small, they put Arsenault on the floor. He's out there right now playing at the 4 spot.
Tugler, tough pass right back to Cryer. Cryer fadeaway jumper is good. Nothing but net. One was going to hard off the rim.
But he played well in the game versus UGA. He didn't score a lot, but he was very active.
Transfer from Pepperdine.
Interesting, you said it, Jeff. No double team at all on Hawk. He kept dribbling, trying to see where they're coming from. Nobody's coming.
Cryer up top for 3. Yes!
L.J. Cryer shot. I think Houston would let him take that until he makes it.
Cryer leans back for 3. Roberts with the offensive board. Cryer again. It's good.
Can't get him.
Ram played for the Broncos. You can see the body. And it's a 7-point game. Uzan.
A good help.
Cryer for 3. He's been quiet this half. Quiet no more. 10 assists for Nembhard. Cryer, boy, that jab step. Oh, he got open.
Oh, job of running stuff away from that isolation, so there's no help, and you can't bring 2.
And by the way, the ankle injury, which kept him out of the Big 12 championship, he looks like he's hopping pretty good.
Yeah, looked good in practice yesterday, too.
Cryer cans the 3.
And he's the school's all-time leading scorer. They need him to step up today, guys.
Yeah, Brian Baroni asked him when he was a senior in high school, he said, you can come here, be special, and be appreciated. And I think he certainly has been for SIU Edwardsville.
Can you imagine 3 ACLs and the rehab that comes with it? And every time you're rehabbing, you're waiting for a moment like this in March Madness. He's going to have his moment today.
Shot clock down to 5. Houston with the ball. Cryer with a beautiful crossover. Step back 3. It's good.
Come on.
18-footer. It's good.
There you go. Excellent job. Brian Baroni was orchestrating that entire set from the sideline. Little get action, if you will.
Yes, and he averages 19 points. He has to score for SIUE.
8-13, Cryer doing a little assessing and then over the top.
Go the other
Yeah, they
way.
switched it.
Switched the arrow. It's going back to Houston. I was going to say, when you're going against that kind of defense and you have a dead ball situation, Steve, you know situational offense so important for an underdog.
And in my SIUE, I'm like, ref, you just took my confidence away. You said it was our ball, and now it's Houston's ball.
Somebody was quick on the trigger with the possession hour. Cryer cans the 3. Last shot. Under 10. Now to 5. Taylor. Oh, his hands. That was a big steal. Uzan from midcourt to Cryer for 3. Yes!
They can get the offense going a little bit.
3-0 here in the early going. A little over 3 minutes into the game. Uzan. Wilson with the shot clock under 10, working on Lewis, who's a good defender. Here's Cryer, turns the corner by the free throw line and gets it to go. DJ Lewis, who'd been nursing a right wrist injury at the half of yesterday's semifinal against Texas Tech. He took the tape off of his right wrist. Cryer got it. He's been quiet.
And we did not know for sure.
Yeah. So I think it was probably wrong, but I got no problem with what's called there. These guys done a really good job. Here's Cryer inside. Yeah, Kelvin Sampson's been at Houston for 11 years, and Juwan Roberts has been here for 6 of them. Cryer gives off Tugler, back to Cryer, free throw line, got it. He can really shoot it. Sharp at the basket, lost control, kicks out Cryer, buries it.
Get rattled easily.
Cada grabs it, goes up, and a little too strong. 8 different players made a 3 for BYU yesterday. Semifinal number 1 in the Big 12, still to come. Texas Tech and Arizona, 4 really good teams here for the semifinals in Kansas City. Cryer handling with Saunders on him. Cryer, he got him on his hip, and then Tugler against Traore. Traore trying to push his way to the basket, wanted a foul. Tugler contesting.
I'm going to say one thing about BYU right now. I love them. I love the way they've improved. They're a great team to watch offensively. I don't feel comfortable that they're going to get any 50-50.
Able to hit. And the advantage is 17 for Houston. Stewart harassing Hughes in. Double team comes. They get it to Cryer. Cryer from the corner, got it.
Has gone by maybe up to his elbows.
Wilson with 10 rebounds. Step back, Cryer, got it. JoJo Tugler. Tugler banging down low, left hand, little bit strong, tipped out. Cryer collects and fires. LJ Cryer. Zane came over from Oklahoma. They needed to teach him how to compete, but also they wanted him to look for a shot.
And I would say teach him how to compete at a Houston Cougar level, because he was a hard-playing guy. Look at this guy.
Cryer.
3 draft picks this year.
Yeah, believe it.
Right?
Yeah, Tristan DeSilva, Cody Williams, KJ Simpson.
Made life easier in this league.
Cryer takes the handoff. Caceres on him. Cryer blows past him, left-handed.
And that actually hurts the team. I mean, he almost single-handedly won the Arizona game in Tucson.
Cryer.
Oh, boy.
And that rolls home. He's creative.
20 shots more than their opponent.
Norchad Omer, a 3 to get the game going for Baylor.
And what created that opportunity? Langston Love with a great offensive rebound from the guard position to secure the opportunity to then open up the floor and give them a chance. They don't have to beat Houston on the boards. They have to keep it close, Roxy.
Shot clock at 10 for the Cougars. LJ Cryer, the former Baylor Bear. Here's Cryer launching a 3, ties the game. LJ Cryer, the passing lane, steal. Pulls up for 3 in transition. Cryer, his second.
You have to shift the defense. You have to move the defense. And you do it with movement away from the ball and crisp passes. That entire possession was really clean for Baylor.
All 3 made field goals outside the arc for the Baylor Bears. And it's Houston by 1. LJ Cryer in the corner. Third 3 for LJ.
It looks like he's walking off the floor better than he was when he went down on the floor.
Milos Uzan, the miss on the Jalen Celestine 3. But back to my point of 0 second chance points so far for Houston.
They've had 6 offensive rebounds too, Roxy. It's not like they haven't gotten the rebounds. But Baylor's done an excellent job in second shot defense. And what I mean by that is they've stayed between Houston and the basket. They haven't allowed them to get the offensive rebounds where they're dropping, have their first concert coming up in a couple of weeks. I didn't know the circus had already come to town.
Just like he drew it up. LJ Cryer.
Oh my goodness.
5 for 5. Jawan Roberts looking to back his way in.
Sharp back out on the floor for Houston. Left the first half.
LJ Cryer. Kick out to Cryer. Mentioned what a good offensive rebounding team Houston is. Cryer collects, gets it back to Wilson. Cryer fires. You think defense, but this year, a more efficient offensive team. Adams can't hit as that shot was contested. And Houston the other way, leading by a point. Cryer off 1 foot, step back, rolls it home.
He's got that extra year because he played in junior college. He is feisty. And he can make shots. And that was great defense by Cryer right in front of us.
3/4 of his shots are 3-pointers. Speaking of threes, jumper contested. Dickinson pulls down the board and has it knocked away.
Toughness. You got to be tough against this team.
Cryer from the free throw.
Little space with his dribble, and then he used that size to go cross court.
So here's Wilson at the offensive end. Cryer wide open. Mayo at the basket. Hangs off the window, wouldn't fall. Tugler rebounds. And now LJ Cryer. Houston down a couple. Cryer. And the Cougs headed their 26. Active hands for Houston.
LJ's been comfortable with the ball this season without Uzan.
Cryer inside, off the glass and in. Oh. Shot clock winding down. Uzan off balance. Wouldn't go. Cryer is there. Cleans it up and puts it.
The time when you really start to bring everything in internally. Everything's about the coaches, players. They block out everything on the outside. But it looks like today, Houston's getting a little bit of noise in their ears about clinching today. And it seems like everybody's waiting for a celebration here. And the Cougars got to take care of business first.
LJ Cryer, turn around, 15-footer, got it.
They're trying to speed this game up a little bit. They don't want to get into a grinded out half-court game with Houston because Houston's going to get you every time in that game.
Cryer, his jumper, good.
Screens. Here's the coaches.
They know where James is at every moment, that's for sure. And the coaches lost the handle turnover they didn't need. And Uzan looked like he got grabbed by Dribble James, but no call.
And Houston just keeps executing. We saw them work on that yesterday. They called that a boom.
Cryer the runner.
Get it to 6 or 7 going in at halftime. You'd be feeling pretty good on the road.
Absolutely. Anything single digits after blowing an 8-point lead early and going on a long drought of almost 6 minutes. Actually, it might have exceeded 6 minutes by the time they scored. Nice backdoor cut by Cryer. Opening couple minutes. Fourth foul, Day Thomas.
That is a killer for Cincinnati.
Yeah, it really is. Tugler thought about the cut to Cryer, 10 on the shot clock.
Ball pressure took it away.
4 to shoot, gotta hurry, Cryer got it.
And a 3, no less.
Skillings, deep 3. Nowhere near.
That's a settle. You can't settle against Houston.
Cryer, pull up, got it.
Cryer saw he had.
And there's a guy that Cincinnati could have used the whole game, but unfortunately he hasn't played very much. Day Thomas, 3 fouls in the first half, playing with 4 right now.
That's been a big factor. Day Thomas in foul trouble has been a big factor in this game.
And Cryer's got the answer on the other end. Without their 2 star starters, but they have enough.
No Chance McMillan, no Darian Williams. Both guys nursing ankle injuries. Tugler might have traveled. This is LJ Cryer who fires and hits. That's a
786 wins, and Kelvin Sampson has won 8 regular season titles and 8 conference championships at the various programs at which he has coached.
I see Kelvin Sampson, I think you would agree, as a Naismith Hall of Famer.
I won the tournament today.
He gets everybody organized. He was a state champion in high school.
And TJ Otzelberger has a lot of confidence in him. He's not somebody that he would have been first off the bench had Iowa State been totally healthy, but next man up. But boy, what a pass out of that double team by Joshua Jefferson. He is a terrific all-around big guy.
And right now, Houston just having trouble getting things going, it looks like, at the offensive end. And again, the shot clock is running down. And it looks like that will count. A while to get acclimated. Also broke his nose during the preseason. He missed 22 days of practice. Javier Francis missed 19 days of practice with a groin injury. Kelvin Sampson, as we spoke to him yesterday, Jay, he's pretty bullish on where his team is right now.
He has to be very, very pleased. And the time that Uzan missed early really would have gotten him off to a great start.
Tough shot with
Robinson, but they have other guys that can score, and they're going to have to step up.
A missed shot down with the rebound, Tugler.
Tugler is a great defender, one of the best defensive front court players in the country.
Pryor again. Also, Noyes Indrasitis, a 6'5 freshman from Chicago, is into the game for the Cyclones, number 15. Again, without Keyshawn Gilbert, without Curtis Jones, their two leading scorers. TJ Otzelberger is having to get very creative here today.
One of the issues you have to be concerned with is Iowa State going to have enough gas in the tank toward the end of the game. If they can keep in this. But right now, this 12-point lead seems like more.
L.J. Cryer, yet another step back ball.
The pressure is just relentless. Houston may make a defensive mistake here and there, but they play so hard they can fix it. Houston hasn't been able to find much so far for Emmanuel Sharp. He's got to get on track, knock some shots down.
It's been Cryer and Uzan. They've combined for 26 of the 30. Oh, make it 28 of the 32. Took a shot to the chin as well.
That's a big reversal.
Yeah.
Houston needs to take advantage of it here and get a score.
Right now, it's Cryer taking all the shots.
When you've got help defense in the middle of the floor, you've got to recover to shooters because that's where you can really get hurt.
Boy, what a gritty effort by the Cyclones today. Izzy fighting his way around a screen. Trying to stay in front of Cryer.
Cryer doesn't need a screen.
The runner this time and the soft touch.
One guy and he can get it for you, L.J. Cryer.
That would have tied it, but Heisey misses this three.
Good rebound by Arsenault. I wonder who should give the ball to here.
How about that guy? Momcilovic on him right now. The step back again. Yes! Did not score in the first half. He's got a dozen here in the second. Cryer again.
Unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Turnovers and free throws have been the story for Iowa State. They've forced turnovers and they've been strong to get to the foul line. That's one place that Houston can't guard you, is the free throw line.
That was their first miss of the game. They're 15 for 16. Cryer again.
So far, 2 for 2. Every single time he catches it on that low post, he's done a really good job delivering the pass out of the double. Let's see if he can continue to do that.
Cryer curling off the screen, elbow jumper. Oh, that is silky. These guys pretty much every minute in practice and said, we need to do better. You saw another offensive rebound here. Off the inbound, Cryer's three, got it. And Kelvin Sampson says it feels like this team is really starting to come together. He said earlier in the season you had Uzan, who was out with 3 weeks for that broken nose. Francis was out 19 days with a groin injury. Now that his team is starting to get healthy, they are learning how to play together.
It's just the veteran leadership. They understand how to win. They've been in so many big games, the nucleus of this team, that they understand when the going gets rough, what it's going to take, the effort that it's going to have to. Huge fan of Austin Mason. I mean, he's so smooth, and in the last 4 games, he's been one of the best point guards in the Big 12, averaging 18 points and 6 assists, doing a really good job so far up to this point.
Cryer got away with that push-off and nails the step back.
So now the frustration is just building. And that's what Houston will do to you. The physicality, if you are not prepared for it, they will get you out of your game. And honestly, Phillips has not been as effective tonight as he usually is.
Here's Cryer from the wing, and he nails the three. Inside, Quaintance, that is blocked by Tugler. He's played 3 minutes here in the second half, and Cryer another three, back-to-back.
Those two games. Certainly capable as a scorer. Delorso has it knocked away by Sharp in transition. Cryer gets the layup. Might have been pushed 2 of 22 in their last game.
Well, it's a team that shoots 32% from behind the arc, not their strength. But so far they haven't needed the outside shooting because their defense has been stifling.
Houston shoots right about 40% from three, but 1 for 8 so far. Uzan got caught in the air, dumps it down low, gets it back out. Boy, Cryer was wide open. Now they get it. Cryer on the spot up, and it goes the three. Cryer's a tough inbound spot on the corner. Look at all the Arizona fans just hovering around Uzan trying to get it inbounds. He does successfully. If Roberts can make a walk-up, commit that foul. Instead, he skips it. Shot clock at 4. Tough shot, but it drops for LJ Cryer.
So did Tommy. Yeah, so did Tommy.
Hands on hips at midcourt and shot. Houston looking to take the lead. And a double. Uzan near midcourt. Now Cryer. A little out of control on this possession. Houston trying to get set, but Arizona's got a lot to do with that. Cryer and
a tough spot over there.
It's again.
That's unbelievable.
Not as bad as the last one where he was in the corner and he really couldn't see anything. No problem getting it in though. Shot clock at 7. Uzan has to hustle up here. Timer down to 4. Straight on. Cryer hits another 3. Arizona. Don't forget Alabama and Auburn. 1 versus 2 follows us. 6 versus 13 here in a battle for first place in the Big 12 with Houston up by a game. Cryer's made a couple of big shots in the second half. Gets another one as that hangs.
Threshold. Play through it, but you can see when he's coming up and down the court.
Roberts is steal. Toss up ahead. Sharp back to Cryer. And the knuckles not bothered him. Uzan into the front court.
Little man-to-man now by the Bears. They do a lot of switching. Well, they have during the season.
Cryer hesitates, flips it up, and he's so good. Interesting to see Emmanuel Sharp and his impact in the second half.
Oh boy,
Cryer wide open.
Too easy. Butler just got traded to the Sixers. A plethora. They've had a point guard on the all Big 12 team at the end of the season, John, in 17 of the last 18 years at Baylor. Think about that.
Yep.
Manu LeCompte and Sweetie Carter. Watch this guy.
Cryer stuck.
This year, nearly 40%. Do not come to Houston and play if you do not like being a gym rat.
Cryer. LJ Cryer.
Try to limit their opponents to just one shot. The floater from Cryer. Too strong. Tugler with the offensive board. Between Tugler and this man right here, Juwan Roberts, they have 130 offensive rebounds. It's more than the rest of the Buffalo's team. Cryer, left wing, splash. He is at the top of other team scouting reports. Here's Javon Ruffin. That pass inside was poked away.
Yeah, just too slow. Back-to-back, well, almost turnovers on both possessions there coming out of that timeout break.
LJ Cryer creates space.
Coming out here feeling good about himself. They're slapping a little full-court pressure on the Cougs.
Houston hasn't scored in 3 minutes. 3 turnovers in the last 3 minutes. How do they get back on track?
Got to go to their hot shooter, Cryer. No, find him under the basket for an easy Big 12, but that's a bit too much.
Yakamascu offers a nice feed. Extra pass, air ball.
Well,
If Buffalo wants to win this game, well, they got to take care of the basketball. They got to rebound. They got to shoot a high percent from three. Right now, they're not shooting a high enough percentage of their three-point shot. Banking them off the backboard, air balls, not going to get it done.
Wow, pump fake puts Dak in the second row. Arsenal goes to Uzan, who finds Cryer. He's done that twice.
Talk to him after the end of the year and see if we can make something work.
Retention, such a huge part of success for these teams in college basketball, specifically the Big 12. Cryer gets that floater.
More time, just get the defense, back it up on their heels with those shot fakes, those foot fakes, and then get a cleaner look at the front of the rim.
Cryer. Around and down.
They have a 5-point lead, Houston basketball. Uzan has 5 of the 7 for the Cougars. Cryer out front with 8 to shoot. His runner, that is pretty. Wilson, his runner. Offensive rebound out to Cryer. A 3 is in.
8 of them have come from that exact spot right there. He and both Avery, very good on those top of the key trail type threes.
Cowboys back on top. Cryer, his answer is through. Wilson jets baseline. Cryer sidestep 3, money. Probably needs some help. Down to 3. Thompson a hoist. And the rebound, Tugler.
See right there, I mean, textbook defense. There on the catch, containment, toughness. Oklahoma State's offense extended out.
And Usman never got a touch.
And Usman didn't touch.
Nine on the timer for Houston. Uzan draws a crowd. Cryer, his 4th. They lead the Big 12 in steals. Double on Wilson. A minute left. Oklahoma State's going to play it out. 7 to shoot. Roberts. Wilson. Down to 2. Cryer. Leaner. Contested. He hit it anyway.
With a right foot injury most of the season, he's toughing it out. He's in the starting lineup again.
Well, he looked good in shoot around, looked good in warm-ups. Was able to knock it down. You talk about knocking it down, getting it going. He was your bailout option.
Williams tried to force it inside to Federico and turned it over. Uzan and Hawkins, another similarity. 2 pass-first point guards who are elite in terms of assist to turnover. Roberts lost the 10 on the clock. Cryer trying to bail him out with the 3 ball. So, 2.
Picking up where he left off, Rich. 13 points, 5 assists last game. Elijah Hawkins, you love the confidence that he displays every single time he's on the floor.
The pull-up back drive.
Game for 40 minutes. Kansas didn't do that, and they ended up getting beat on their home floor. This Houston Cougars team is old, they're experienced. They have veteran players who understand how to win games. Like this young man right here.
With the clock that they got squared away, it's going to be Houston basketball. Here's L.J. Cryer with the ball. He has 16. Wilson, patient. 10 on the clock. Cryer, fadeaway 2. Right now, nursing what looks like it might be an ankle injury.
And he was walking off limping, and it looked bad, but he's a tough kid. He's extremely tough, and you know if it's possessions. Malik Wilson got a decent look on one end. Williams got a decent look on the other end. You just have to be able to knock those down when the game is tight.
No JT Toppin. No Grant McCaslin. And now Houston Houston.
A variance of different looks. They're going to trap the ball screen. They're going to ice the ball screen. They're going to switch a little bit and try to not let Javon Small get comfortable.
Milos Uzan in the backcourt for this very talented Houston Cougars team. They average 77 points per game, and they hold opponents to 56 points per game.
I think they're going to move him off the ball a little bit tonight to free him up with some pin down screens.
Kelvin Sampson got his first win in Kansas the other day as of
getting the ball out of his hands.
No points yet for Small. He's yet to attempt a field goal in this game. In West Virginia, they got to stop turning the ball over. That's the 5th turnover. They are scoreless now in the last 3.5 minutes, and that's just 2
after being down 20.
Both teams in the bonus as Jonathan Powell misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Javon Small on the stationary bike and a foul. They're going to count the back here. The last few minutes, Hansberry lines up a 3. He was short. Now here comes Tugler the other way. Doesn't have numbers, and wisely pulls it back.
Kelvin almost grabbed Tugler to hold him back from attacking the basket, but Tugler's played a terrific game tonight. Just very heady on both ends.
3 minutes to go here in the second half. Eric Rothman, Tim Welsh at the WVU Coliseum. Houston riding a 12-game winning streak. Coming off the high in Lawrence, Kansas over the weekend.
Like him. You know, he likes his players. He likes what they bring to the table. He likes them as people. He wants to coach them. He loves coaching them every day. I mean, Kelvin's been in this business a long, long time, but he is full of energy still. And this team, I believe, can get back to the Final Four. And he believes it too, because he's going to keep his foot on the pedal, and they're going to just get better and better as the season progresses.
Offense for Houston slowed down a little bit here in this second half. 22 points compared, make it 24 compared to the 39.
Adams out another couple weeks.
Coming off his first career double-double, 10 and 10 at TCU. Harris can't hit. Uzan pushing. Cryer will try. L.J. Francis guarding Dickinson. Inside to Store. Off the glass. Wouldn't fall. Uzan to rebound. Cryer, step back. Fires and knocks it down.
8 threes and had 29 points against Houston.
That was in 2023. 29 points. There aren't many teams whose best player comes in and puts up those kind of numbers against Houston.
Here's L.J. Cryer.
And he's got the toughest defensive assignment on Cryer.
Nice finish with the
16 points, 10 rebounds was the difference in that game.
Houston crowds the free throw line.
Houston trying hard to get L.J. Cryer shot. Utah playing really good defense on him.
Cryer gets his shot and he hits.
So you've got to finish quick and strong with the ball.
Roberts with the left hand. Wilson rebounds. Cryer all alone. Levering. Extra pass swatted away by Francis into the hands of Cryer. Cryer has another 3.
As a player, you lose your wind so quickly, especially a 7'2" player. It takes time to get it back.
Roberts outside, and that's the first 3 of the game this afternoon. Splits a pair, but Francis the offensive rebound. Cryer the 3, and it's a 4-point trip.
Chance to talk to Darren DeVries before the game, and I said the key to this game is, he goes rebounding. West Virginia has not been very good on the glass, and boy, they're going to have a challenge keeping the Cougars. The Cougars do such a nice job of rebounding from all 5 spots on the floor.
Cryer, top of the key 3, and he drills it. Number 4. That's his first personal, team foul number 3. Houston has not been called for a foul here in the first almost 8 minutes. They play clean, they are physical, they are tough defensively. Cryer, he can fill it up.
Pretty integral, piece of the puzzle to have coming back.
They called a foul on Harris, his second. Cryer, a good block. After the Houston turnover. O'Connor, Tugler, what a recovery.
O'Connor had a jump shot. He passed up an 8-foot jump shot.
That's too easy. LJ's Cryer after the scramble. Sharp, a fall-away threes. An air ball may have been partially blocked. Out to Cryer. Lines it up and drills it.
Blind pass. Max Jones not able to finish, but got a good look down close. Uzan runs it ahead, sees a lane towards the bucket, circles around. Backed up by Cryer. LJ, 3. Got it, swish. For C.J. Jones, who's checked in off the bench. C.J. leads in, big high rainbow, kicks off. Rebound for Juwan Roberts, who came in with 900 career rebounds, 997 career. Arsenault looks for Cryer. LJ from just inside the lane, just inside the free throw line. Another offensive rebound here. Keeps the possession alive for Houston. Cryer another opportunity. This one he does not miss.
Well, it's one of the other. Had 23 points in his Big 12 premiere on the road in Tucson. Tough place to score 23 in the McHale Center, and then he followed it up with that 18-point effort in their win.
He's playing with a former Wyoming teammate in Brandon Wenzel, who's out on the court right now. Look like a Jamie Dixon team.
It does. They're hanging around against the 12th ranked Houston team. That's the best defense in the nation, the 3rd best three-point shooting team in the nation. And now here's Reynolds, 15 on the game. Try to make it 18 with that three-point attempt. Here comes Malik Wilson. They go inside out. LJ for 3.
Best players 2 years ago to come out of Canada up in the Toronto area, and really got off to a good start for ODU, but didn't finish the season. TCU's done a really good job in that low post defense tonight.
Here's Cryer in the 2-point area. Back-to-back buckets for.
It completely eliminates the offensive set. BYU in a zone defense.
LJ Cryer been quiet in his first half. Drills that through. Damon been very quiet in this game. Forces that one. Nothing going for the talented freshman, Yegor Demon. Cryer a 3. Got it.
And was just Uzan creating something.
BYU goes back inside, denied this time.
Kevin Young's about to get a technical, calling for a foul.
It's been a frustrating performance for his BYU Cougars on the road. Houston.
Knocked away and stolen by Usman. And this is where Oklahoma State wants to play. Up and down. Steal Houston, and Cryer the finish.
Well, they have to
3, but they did start 0-2 their first couple of games on the road in league action. Another Oklahoma State miss. They haven't scored now in over 5 minutes. Cryer sliding left, launching a 3, and he cans it. 5th three-point make of the season. Cryer a runner short. Cryer again, deeper, and he hits that one from the top.
16:02 is post. Sometimes some referees allow it to turn into the media timeout. But it was just a big miscommunication at the end of the day.
Next dead ball will send us to our first media timeout. Cryer is heating up for 11 minutes tonight.
I mean, he struggled, and I think that's the one thing that I would have to say about his game. The one critique is the inconsistency in big games. Bryce Thompson has to produce. Found an answer tonight in Juwan Roberts in the mid-post area, being able to play through him.
I think coming into this game, if you had said Emmanuel Sharp had just 2 points, you'd think maybe Houston was in trouble.
Yeah, I mean 100%. Because I know we're talking about him in the open. Sharp, Cryer, I mean those guys are shooting phenomenal from deep, but not every game is going to look like tonight.
Terrence Arsenault. Coaches talked about how he's coming on strong. He had 16 points and 9 rebounds in his last game, and they all believe he has a tremendous future.
Houston has not only been winning at home, they have been dominating. 4 straight games. They have led wire to wire. It begins on the defensive end, but this Houston team is also averaging 77 points per game. Late in the shot clock already here. Emmanuel Sharp drops it off. Shot fake, Tugler, kick, nearly throws it away into the corner. Cryer! Late in the shot.
His athleticism, he should be able to be dominant in this game.
There's Terrence Arsenault, who got his first start as a Cougar without Juwan Roberts, the 6th-year senior. They do expect to have Roberts back for Big 12 play, almost a precautionary measure, keeping him out today. Cryer hits the 3. Second.
Spend so much energy on offense when you're playing against Houston.
Clark rejected by Tugler, sending the Cougars on the run. Cryer trailing 3, knocks it down. Defense. And they're coming off a game against Toledo when they were 4 for 24 from 3. I mean, they won that game going away because they had another elite defensive effort, holding Toledo to 22 first-half points. Hailed Troy to 11 first-half points. Coming off a career-high 16 points versus Toledo. He has 13 and now rips that one away. Williams lost it on the way up.
Got to move it.
Cryer lines up the 3 and hits his 5th 3.
They can't score the basketball. They can score with the best of them. That's just how good Houston is defensively. Oh,
there's Cryer. Slide step. Just enough.
For long.
Shot clock is under 10. A floater off the back heel. No. And a second try. More opportunities. Boy, the possession has stayed with the Cougars for 40 seconds. On the baseline, finally a payoff. That comes to the preseason second team in the Sun Belt Conference, averaging 10 points and 5 assists per contest. And the Cougar lead is cut to 4 at 8-4. Final Suzanne brings it across midcourt. Trying to set a screen was Francis in the lineup for the first time as well. Straight on 3-pointer for Cryer. That much spirit it is. 30. Jackson Fields. So the basket counts and a new possession here with 20 to shoot. Open 3 for Cryer. Nails it. Haven't seen many of those. Just as not get a shot off with like 3 seconds or less on the shot clock. It's crazy.
When JoJo's in the game, it's such a difference. A defense extends, the guards get more aggressive, and you can feel the energy in the air.
Arsenault back into the baseline. Long pass out to Sharp. Troy a little bit of a 1-2-2. To Cryer with 5. Takes an extra slide step. Turns, spins, and scores.
When he's not on the floor.
Usually, Ryan, when you're shooting 8 of 23 in the first half yourself, you're down like 8 or 9 points.
Yes, no doubt, but that's where Coach Kelvin Sampson is comfortable.
Roberts on the post-up. Double team comes. On the baseline left. Kick out. Cryer, the hot hand of the first half. And he keeps it going with a deep 3.
Got to be stingy, saying, hey, I don't want them to get double digits.
Fadeaway for Arsenault. Another offensive rebound. Sweet spot for Cryer.
I don't know if I can match, and again another offensive rebound for Troy off a free throw.
And Randarius Jones puts the layup in to make it now a 42-24 game. Rockets, or I should say, the Cougars have 13 offensive rebounds off their 24 misses tonight, but they've been kind of stagnant here scoring in the second half.
Again, man, Troy is a tough defense because they switch things up.
Oh, Cryer just filling it from every turnover, it feels like, is turned into Houston points on the other end of the floor. In fact, there's the number that shows you 15 points off the mistakes. Cryer for an open 3.
9 of their 21. He has been really the only guy that has shot the ball with confidence and consistency.
Step back, LJ Cryer answers for Houston. For Butler.
That's their first points in the paint they've had the whole game.
LJ Cryer, the pull-up jumper off the screen. Andre's screen. And challenge, good defense by Joseph Tugler for Houston.
Think about this, though, Roxy, back to the game. 9 points in the first 4 minutes and 15 seconds here in the second half for Butler. About how well Kentucky shoots the ball from beyond the arc, plus 12 points per game from the three-point line. Gonzaga ranks 4th in the nation in three-point field goal defense. That extra half step that's required. You don't elevate out of your stance early.
And that was a focus for Kelvin Sampson at shoot-around this morning. Here at the Fertitta Center is Miles Uzan making that move, coming down from Oklahoma. Last year led the Sooners in assists and minutes played. But it's a little bit different playing here at Houston than it is at Oklahoma, where Kelvin Sampson used to coach. Weaving his way into the key. LJ Cryer, the miss. Got it back. Corner three. You got it. He prefers. This has been a tremendous second half performance from Kelvin Sampson's team. The offensive rebound, Juwan Roberts, the kick out.
Smart by Sharp. He didn't even think about taking that shot. Like, run some clock here. Game is in complete control.
LJ Cryer.
Let's send it over to Allie LaForce. What do you have, Al?
Well, Coach Sampson was not happy, and he always is holding his players to a high standard. But he said, I don't know what I was expecting from you, but it wasn't this. That was so disappointing as they come out.
Free throws, San Diego State, they haven't scored in the last 4 minutes. A little bit of an offensive drought. Everything going Houston's way on the offensive end.
Cryer set up by Sharp, rings one in. Beautiful is what got him into this third-place matchup. The lefty fires, Bird, misses, rebound, ripped down by Francis. He got a couple of early fouls in that first half. He can be a big factor. Uzan again. Got up in the air, finds Cryer. Cryer for three. Nice re-tee there.
A little late closing out there. Frustrated, but timely bucket there. It's a talented Bird.
Sharp maybe looking for some help there. Maybe a breakdown defensively as Cryer answers on the other end. Cougars with the ball, up 8. Cryer finds a little open room. That's the mid-range jumper you talked about, Grant. He's got a couple of big threes. Compton is out. So going with the experience here, Brian Dutcher. 2:55 to go. Cryer with the basketball. Houston up by 1. Cougars had an 11-point lead early in the second half, and Cryer sticks it in. Gets a step and an easy bucket. Houston's got to go quick. 2-possession game now. And Cryer buries a huge triple.
Certainly going to come out here and try to take care of business as Cryer picks up where he
return around early January, and all things are trending in the right direction for that time frame.
Son of Nazi Muhammad, another legacy player here, as Cryer finally gets loose.
But he's still contributing, finding opportunities for his teammates.
And Allie, Mark Sears, you got to feel like the pressure's starting to mount a little bit. He's trying to get some points on the board.
Without a question, when he was held scoreless against Illinois, ironically enough, it was only the second time in his career he's been held scoreless.
Alabama Social has been really pushing that, and I'm on board with it. So I didn't make that up. I wish I'd have had it last year in the NCAA tournament.
You should have just gone with it. I would have believed.
In the last 3 minutes, and Bama is back in front, 34-33.
Right now, Houston's offense is on a little dormant here.
Cryer answers for 3. LJ.
Those high screens, gotta be strong with the ball. The freshman there, Phylon with the turnover.
Cryer turns a corner. 2-man game with Tugler. He'll take the floater himself.
I thought he was looking cool. You can't call every play. Sometimes they let him go. And that right there could be looked at as a little bit of a nickel diamond.
And you get outside the three-point arc. Feet are spread wide as Cryer.
7 now, so it didn't reset after the ball went into the half court.
All tied at 40. Houston with a basketball. This matchup of top 10 teams. Cryer, there you go. You called it.
I think you got to just do high screen and roll with Cryer here. And Roberts let Cryer try to get downhill, make a play.
Here's Cryer for 3. Big shot.
They sit for a quick set. The way he's played, you expect him to be back in the game.
Got immediate timeout coming as well, so you buy a little extra time here. Good call by Nate Oates.
Now Reed guarding Cryer a little bit bigger.
Here's a two-man game, putting Nelson in the action. He still stays back. And now Cryer going to work.
Got the mismatch here with Nelson.
And now he pulls him out. They spread it out for him. Cryer drives. Cryer, little hesitation. Oh, top bucket. LJ.
How about a foul? 15 points per game for Jaquan Sanders from Far Rockaway, New York. Cryer from the free throw line.
Speedy Claxton really needs to see them get going and relax a little bit in this environment.
Houston returns with the starting five. Uzan, Cryer, Francis, Roberts, and Sharp. And Cryer, he chose Iona with Rick Pitino. And he said they monitor the progress of all their recruits who go to different schools because the portal is a big option these days.
Yeah, you used to lose a kid and you just lost him. Now it's like, hey, keep my phone number.
More zone here from Hofstra. Cryer from deep.
One of the all-time great point guards here at the University of Houston, and not sure we've ever had a player that was faster with the basketball in his hands than Anthony Goldwire.
And for Bob Marlin Family First, he said it was very simple. Goldwire's family was in Houston. Twin, just born, 4 total kids. He had to get back to his family in Houston. Good finish from LJ Cryer. Tough rebound inside. Ramon Walker Jr. after the miss. Cryer open three. Type vibe when he does that. He gets away with it more than a taunting, pompous player sprinting back to his side on defense.
Not a big fan of that.
Uzan. I didn't even know what it meant till tonight, so thanks for the explanation in the first half, Reed.
Program history. That's what's at stake for the Tigers tonight. Cryer hunting his three-point shot, and he's got it. But it's put in by Janie Johnson, having the half of his life.
Energy, effort. Great help defense.
Cryer. A quick two from LJ Cryer, back-to-back.
Really good execution by Auburn to get started. Good defense.
Here's Cryer. Little pull-up. And a little push. 2 for 2 for J.P. Pegues, his first 2 points of the night. Speaking of 2-point guards, Bruce Pearl likes the fact that he has at least 3 guards who can run the point.
Yeah.
There's Pegues checking Cryer. Marginai Broom on the high hedge. Cryer knocks it down anyway from the elbow. They need a bucket fast. Cryer for 3. No. Wilson the offensive rebound. Now Roberts has it. Cryer with the layup.
Timeout.
Official game back from the Achilles injury suffered against Texas A&M last winter. Wow. Here's Cryer. Hits!
And Sedlot in there guarding big Shannon Grant. That is some beef on the floor.
Uzan with the steal from McMillan. And out to Cryer.
You can always fall down, and as long as you don't flop, you have not established a pivot foot, and that is not traveling.
Cryer hits another 3.
Coaching staff. Before the season started, Popovich was asked about Sampson's success, and his response was, I used to ask Manu why he was doing something, and he would say, because I'm Manu. So why is Coach Sampson great? Because he's Kelvin. He's a tough nut. He takes no prisoners. He takes no excuses.
And a corner 3 there from Cryer. Gives JoJo Tugler and Terrence Arsenault more playing time early in the season.
Yeah, you know, there's just no reason this time of the year. A growing injury is something.